Hello everyone, my name is SimValera and welcome to episode 17 of City Skylines Let's Design. International Airport is gonna take place in our city of Bonito Coast, and oh yeah, that's right, and not just a regular pre-built airport, like you just pick an airport from the menu and that's it. No, we're gonna make our very own airport with airport roads and like terminals and the control towers and all this good stuff and things like that. So please stay tuned for that. And you see, I'm already working on the ground because it's much more, I guess, convenient and I don't know, to have a flat land for the airport, because it is difficult, I guess, for planes to land on on hills. But anyway, you see, at first I was thinking about just, placing this international airport that we already have in the game. Thanks to the After Dark expansion pack, we have this international airport with two runways. But then I thought, like, you know what, I have like so many props for building an airport, and like we can have our own roads. And it was kind of like, why not to have our very own airport? So we gotta make it all by ourselves. But at first we made our ground flat, but let's just also fix this situation that we have here. And yeah, I have this mod that is called the network extension. So I have these small roads, but with 3 and 4 lanes, one way. And you see, we got like a somewhat problem with traffic here, so I thought it is a nice idea to fix it. So let's just fix it. And for such a long time we had this what is it even called, like squarish roundabouts, I don't know. But now I feel like it is time to change it. I mean, it was working, but I guess it was kind of stupid because the cars had to make these weird turns, and this way our traffic, with roundabouts, the traffic really like flows, and there it was a bit like sharp and not convenient and etc. So let's just have this roundabout with 4 lanes, I believe. Yeah, 4 lanes. Wow, I hope it's enough. It is kind of big though. It is a big circle, but we didn't plan to put any buildings there, and we don't plan to put any buildings there, so it's all good, I guess. And also, yeah, let's just have this let's just have this over there. Anyway, now it is time for the airport. And you see, I got like a bunch of props, and we have this airport, like roads and runways, and this way we can make whatever we want. We can even curve them up and we can have like curved runways, but don't worry, I'm not gonna do that. I'm actually curious, is there an airport that has curved runways? That would be interesting, but not this one. Here we will have some straight runways, and it took me, some time to actually get satisfied by the way our runways look, with the way, I don't know. So I will take like many how to say, some goes, and not for the first try, yeah, a couple of tries, let's just say it like that. Anyway, we need to flat our ground as well. And also I really love, you can always put these runways like separately from each other, but I always love when they when there is an intersection and when they get crossed, these runways. Maybe it's a bit less like good for them, for the planes, less convenient. I don't know. Maybe it can create problems. So I don't know. Like, I don't think the planes will get crashed because in the airport is like, you know, they control everything in the airports. But still, but I love when we get these kind of intersections with our runways. And so we got these runways, really beautiful. Not sure if they will actually stay this way because, you know, I made so many changes as I was building this, and so we'll see. But anyway, we got them. We also, oh yeah, you see, I'm already deleting it all because I want things to be perfect. Okay, we all want to have this perfect city here, so let's just give it a couple of tries, not just like, you know, put the things and okay, that will do. No, we only want the perfect stuff here. And instead of just putting the runways, I thought that it is a nice idea to have a somewhat a layout and like to put the borders of our airport. And that's what I'm doing with these roads, just to kind of mark the area of the airport. And yeah, I always like, you know, when it is not like a square or something, but when it has actually like this shape that you see there. And we also need connections to the roads, so that's what I'm doing. At first I was thinking about these one-way roads, but nope, I will do something, I don't know, more interesting, maybe that's the word, and I guess something that will deal with our traffic better, maybe, because I will put 2 roundabouts. And you know, I feel like roundabouts should always do good for traffic, but I don't think that it is always the case, that like a roundabout isn't absolutely a perfect idea always. I think sometimes it's no good for you to put a roundabout, but that's what I'm gonna do. So the first one is going to be over here, not a big one, because you see we've already built stuff in this area, some buildings, a bus depot over there and some offices, and I didn't want to ruin that because, you know, why did we even then spend time on this in our previous episodes if I'm just gonna delete it all. So we just gonna have this small roundabout, and still it's gonna work just fine, so why not? And this way we will be able to connect our airport with this like main road. I don't know if you get to call it the main road, but I would call it the main road. This 6-lane road that connects our central business district and townhouse district and industrial area. Yeah, that's kind of a main road, almost a highway, almost. And then I thought about this nice curved connections, but I will replace them because you'll see why, because I won't be able to put a building. Because, you know, when you curve the roads in this game, in City Skylines, then you might face a problem of buildings not wanting to take their place nicely. Wow, that was a sentence. Sometimes they just say, hey, I don't want to be placed here because you curved this road, so we gotta have some straight roads instead. But in the meantime, look, we got a second roundabout over here, and I had to delete these railroads because they were on our way. Don't worry, I will put them back, but you know what, I don't know, a fun fact, I don't know, a funny thing to say anyway, is that you see, I passed the game, I passed the simulation because I actually didn't want the night to come, because, you know, I could just turn off the day-night cycle, but I didn't want to do that. So yeah, I decided to just pause the game. I hope you don't mind that. I didn't want the night to come because if you saw in the beginning of the video, it was a nighttime and I was making the ground flat and I couldn't see a thing. It was so dark. So let's just play the build during the daytime if you don't mind. And so I paused the game, but then I will push the plane button and I will forget to connect the railroad. So yeah, our train stations will be without work for some time, just for a little time. Here is the first airport terminal. Look at this beauty. I got it from the Steam Workshop. Yeah, so don't look it up in your game. Look it up on Steam Workshop or in Steam Workshop. Anyway, look at this beauty. And of course, we gotta have something beautiful in front of it. At first, I just put these parking lots, which is always good when you make an airport. You need a really big amount of parking lots because you know why. You know why this airport's really popular by people. A lot of people use them and the traffic can get crazy from times to times. So we gotta have this parking lot. Even though in this game the majority of parking lots will probably be empty, probably. That's not the case. The case is that this is the airport, so we are having parking lots. Bam! That is that. I also wanted to put some, what is it called? Bus terminals, maybe that's how they called. And you'll see how they look. You see, we got these pieces, and the thing about them is that you need, when you put these terminals, if you could see that popped up for a second, you need to put them as close as you can, and so this way they look like a one thing, but the flat wasn't the ground wasn't flat there, so we got these hills and it was just not beautiful, so I deleted them. Maybe I will find some place for them somewhere, but just not there. So we got some other roads, and here we will have another terminal. Look at this. This is really, you see, now we're making a really big, kind of big. I would call it big, like compared to the airports that we got in the game already, like with the one small runway and like with one small building. Nah, that's not what we're gonna have in our city of Bonito Coast. Here we only have the beautiful and perfect stuff, and look at this. Again, it is a regular airport. As you can see, the building is the same as with the regular airport, but it doesn't have the runway, so you can do whatever you want. You can put your own roads, you can put your own runways, just make a connection with this. How are they called even? Like supporting roads, airport roads, maybe. So with these roads that I put, and you see, we got these terminals, and I put two of them because you know, it's like a big terminal thing. Why not? Works just fine, looks bigger, and etc, etc. On the right side of this second terminal, there is this building. Yeah, surprisingly, a building. I don't know how to describe it. It's like for cargo. Yeah, for cargo that gets delivered and for stuff that gets delivered by air. Yeah, with the help of planes. And I got two of them. One of them has the FedEx logo, FedEx, which is, you know, the company that delivers mail and all that stuff. So with the help of planes, or in this case. And we will also have some planes that have logos, for instance, of FedEx, but also the logos of the famous airlines, like British Airways or Lufthansa, and some other airlines I can't remember. Yeah, hopefully like a Qatar Airlines, some airlines. Anyway, you see, I put the I make some changes to our runways. And when you put this, you know, you can get this of course on the Steam Workshop. The mod is called like runways and taxiways. Yeah, that's the word for this. We have runways and taxiways. Yes, thank God I remembered the name. And this airport roads, taxiways. Thank God. You need to think about the way you put them, because you know, when you put just a regular airport that was already built for you, you don't need to worry about anything. It's gonna work just fine. It's gonna function the way it has to function. But here you look at this control tower. Ah, beautiful. But here you actually need to think about the way you connect the taxiway ways with the runways and all these things, because you know, they're one way. So you can, if you screw this up, the airport just will not function, and nobody wants that. Your citizens don't want that, you don't want that, nobody wants that. So you gotta think about it. Look at this building slash airport building slash thing. Again, you can get all this stuff in the workshop. I just searched, put the word airport, I believe, in the search, and I just got all this stuff. And yeah, it just makes the airport looks bigger. Like, we got all these different buildings and terminals and all these things, and that work just great together. And we also got this taxi thing, I don't know, taxi service, and so I was able to put a taxi stand right next to this, to our airport. Because, you know, I forgot in the previous episode, because we have now the After Dark expansion pack, and we have the taxis, and I'm yet to put the jail. Yeah, I also need to do that, I forgot. Although it wasn't like it wasn't an issue just yet. You see, what I was that's what I was talking about. You see these arrows that show you the way everything goes, like the runways and the taxiways. That on the runways, this is the way how the plane's gonna go, like the way they're gonna land and the way they're gonna take off. You see, our goal here is to create a system, and by system I mean a somewhat circle, because that's how it just works here. I believe in the airports. Maybe I'm wrong, but it's kind of like a circle. So, and yeah, so the planes can get off, like leave the terminals. Let's just say it like that, and go to the runways, and then come back with the help of the taxiways. And you see the arrows, and this way it works as a circle, kind of. And the taxiways work as a circle. And now we connected all our terminals together, and at the very, very end you will see a couple of planes that will land and take off in this airport. And this way you will see that it actually works, and it is so amazing and fantastic and great and awesome and beautiful and everything. And I'm in love with this. Because I'm just so happy that our city finally got an airport. We have a population of 25,000 people, which is, you know, I guess not the biggest amount of people you can get here, but still they need an airport, and that's what we provide them with this time. And you see, I pushed the play button and the simulation started going, but I forgot to connect our railroads. So that's what I'm doing here. And you see, this railroad goes over the roundabout, which is, you know, I guess not a problem. I mean, yeah, it's alright. I mean, yeah, it's alright. Because I was second guessing if this looks beautiful, but I'm okay with it. Yeah. So you see, in front of our first terminal, let's just call it the first one, the first that we put, we have now, I put another parking lot that has a fountain and like a couple of bushes and this fence and all these things that make it look more, how do you call it, like pompous, like a grand entrance, and yeah, much better. So yeah, in front of the entrance we have like a fountain, and it's much better this way. And here I thought that it is a nice idea to put some pavement. You see, I'm using the tool that is called like these brushes, they're called, with the help of the mod that is called the Ultimate Area Fillers. I've talked about them for like 3 episodes already, so you gotta know this by now. If you don't, well, okay, now you know. Yeah, the Ultimate Area Fillers. I will leave the link in the description if you're interested. But this way we can have pavement whatever we want, and it is extremely convenient. I've said the word convenient like 5 times already in this episode, but yeah, that's just what we want to do here. Some beautiful and great convenient stuff. A couple of bushes, a couple of trees, some cypresses, some trees, plants, whatever. Again, in front of our terminal, in front of our entrance, just to make things look much better. And of course, don't forget to delete your trees, because where, in what airport do you see like forests inside and all these trees? No, nope. I know there is like a mod that allows you to like delete a bunch of stuff just with one click, but I had it, but I had some glitches and bugs when I had this mod, this bulldozer mod, so I turned it off. Yeah, that's a pity. So I had to delete all these trees manually, one by one, which is, you know, it's not a problem, it just takes more time, but anyway. And I put some, I get some tree lines in front of the airport, and here we will have our second control tower. That is like a smaller one, but still works just fine and still very important. Helps us to operate our airport, our second terminal, our planes, and again, some pavement. It just adds the beautifulness to all these things and make all the things look connected. And you know, it's the airport, so you gotta have a lot of pavement. That's just what they do in the airport. They just put this pavement everywhere. Well, not everywhere, but you know what I mean. And of course they have grass, so we gotta leave some grass, like in the center of our airport. Yeah, we will leave the grass just as it is. Yeah, but not all of it though. In the future, maybe off camera, maybe in the next episode, I will put some planes. Yeah, so I will put some planes and some more decorations, and it will be just even more beautiful. But you gotta wait for that, because that is it for this episode. Please leave a like if you like this episode, and leave a comment, tell me what you think. But until next time, please stay tuned and goodbye.